Another adventure inside. Good job. Zone 1. No. Ah. These physics are still wrong. Oh. It used this sort of slurpy, dopey, less quiet momentum. This syrupy rubber ball. Bashir, 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 Bashir. Are you okay? Andy. Hey, lady. I have 2 dogs now. I don't know if we went over that. There's 2 of them now. I came home one evening, and it was in the backyard. And Maria was with me, but there was indeed a puppy in the backyard. Is it from night trash bag or genuine lost friend? It's 4 months old, came with a leash and a harness, but no name tag, no chip. No one's responded. It's been about 3 weeks. Don't. I believe the goddess gifted her to me. The night's fresh, clearing rain. Great crack of thunder sounded. Soft rain fell, only a short one. We walked, and we returned. There she was, barking at us from inside our home, our backyard, specific. So she put on a tough girl act, and at first I thought she was like a but no, she's actually, I believe, some sort of horse animal. If I'm saying that right, you can take the time. And a lab and German shepherd. So there's 2. There's Abby Lou, and Maria Who, or Maria 2, or Abby Lou or Maria Who and Abby Lou, Maria Who, or 2. Although that's pretty satisfying. It's definitely just fun. I'll be given to my hatred. I pay dearly for it. How the ways of life are revealed while wearing the sneakers of hatred. Did anyone see Sonic the Hedgehog 3? It's too long. It touched me in ways that I didn't know I could still be touched. I still like the second one better. That is the quintessential Sonic the Hedgehog adventure. The Chaos Emeralds, the Master Emerald robot, freaking Knuckles. Yeah, or the egg robot, what do you call it? Man, Sonic 3 was good too. Who cares? Some of it's kind of stale, but then, like, the ridiculousness of it sort of builds. And all of a sudden, like, oh shit, this is good. Not too much, it's good. Well done, Wanderer. You've completed Act 1. It takes you a lot longer in Diablo 2. He just veers those ramps like not the way I need.
A blue ring.
Catch the metal! Got it. The Sonic Medal.
It's 24 karat pure gold. Get them now before the tariffs come into effect. Once the tariffs do come into effect, there'll only be about 6 cases ever shipped to America.
Just kidding. They'll all want to sell the Sonic medals here. And we'll play whatever the whoever asks. Besides, we'll need a good luck charm in our new job, the iPhone factory. And we probably won't have a lot of screen time like we're used to. Maybe since we can make our own Sega Genesis, we won't take it for granted. Gotta watch out for that fish. He's trying to kill you. It's not really a fish. It's a robot. And it's not really a robot. It's a penguin. And it's not really a penguin. It's a giant penguin. We can all see where this is headed. That's not really a hedgehog. There, I said it. You know what it is? But it's not a hedgehog. Better play that level again. Wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. Perfection requires the ability to repeat one's mistakes over and over again. Not that you'll quit making, that you'll make them for the right reasons. Heaven is the glory of the fool who has fallen into grace. All that.
Home, step a good time. I'm getting chased by a giant fish, and it's really a robot, yeah. Yeah, I know. Don't ever stop, kids. Don't ever.
It's the robot fish we killed. We devour. Dismember. Your blood shall be within a bell of much disappointment to everything else that comes for a morsel, because you're quite small and wouldn't fill a regular-sized piglet should he need you for sustenance. I'm sorry I said it. It's like I doubled down. Love it. That's important because it reminds us. Alien is a better. He's an alien. We don't know what he is. First person that saw him was like blind, or drunk, both, and just stuck. Oh, Sonic, you say? Oh, you must be talking about the hedgehog. Well, I guess I can see how you could see that. Yes, I'm talking about the hedgehog. Yep, classic hedgehog. Blue spikes, thin shoes, mashed up gloves. You like the hedgehog, don't you?
A classic spin dash for a classic move.
Interesting. Jaleel White, the mastermind behind one of the century's greatest serial performances, Urkel, was the voice, the original voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. The quintessential voice, if you will.
Oh, right, way past cool, dude.
That's it. The drop dash is once you get used to the Loppy Lops, the controls are a lot more responsive than Sonic Generation. This has no point at all, except mindless mash, dump, spin, rush.
Andy, what are you doing?
And this guy, he's a marshmallow. Always nice to start your first boss or Eggman encounter. Classic. Eggman, the Egg Gundam. And then there's a time for movement and a time for skills. Our foe is great. Skills, we got out. Mustn't be hasty and humble. What is to be raised? Not be afraid. Stakes are not high, but simply change. Up just a little bit. Hold on. Fear is the mind killer. And the Sonic Stumper. And the Sneaker. Dirtier. Anyway. And that's how you deploy a giant robot. Feet. Make it go away. All you can. All you can do. I be lose a young child. She's only just 4 months. She's only just 4 months old. Only about 5 now. Maybe 5. It may surprise you or not interest you at all, but this game is sort of a rework of a game called Sonic Triple Trouble. Yes. Why didn't they just stick with that? That name is silly. But so is Sonic All-Stars, and Sonic All-Stars has less character. Triple Trouble would have been fun. The point of the game is to just get to the end of the goal, or get the emerald. It's to do it like you're fucking Aunt Shakur. Right after he broke up with Madonna, when he said it was bad luck for him to date a white woman. When he walked into the club and had all those black bitches. It's to be cool. It's to be audacious. That's the point of Sonic. We just want to go fast. We want to make everyone shit their pants. When they see the depth-defying leaps, we are willing to forego. These are the reiterations of the first special stages from Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Master and Sega Genesis. And I always wonder why anyone would do this again. Ever. Although they did put some sort of spin on it. Addition is more of a maze this time, I guess. Not too bad, really. Not as bad as the old ones. Those were not good. You know, the slight rise in autism they might look into those original special stages and correlation there. Just saying. And I'm not saying, but I'm just wondering, just asking questions. Just like Robert F. Kennedy. I am a wanderer. I happen to think some of the things they say is quite true. I think it might, it sounds so simple. So we're all like, yeah, why don't they just fucking do that? But that might be not a simplicity of genius, but more just like commonplace naivety. And why don't they just stop putting fluoride in the water? Because it's not too good if you eat a cup of it. Back then, they had all those rotting teeth, round ones. And I thought, well, why don't we just put a little bit of it in the water? It's not like eating a whole cup of it. They have brown teeth, or autistic baby, or measles, and bubonic plague, or I don't know. Too much cotton in your nostrils because they made you wear masks. I suppose all suffering is the same. The good news is, we'll finally quit picking on Vladimir Putin. I have stood by and watched the entire world gang up on him. It's just been atrocious. I mean, okay. Drive Saddam Hussein into it. Find him and hang him, alright. generate his country, and even before that, into a cesspool full of excrement and violence. Okay, go on, what now? Then Libya, right? But he was kind of complying, but, well, all the same, his true allegiances. And then as you're pushing him off and out of the throne, he says, the gates of Europe will never stand secure without me. You've got to imagine Lord of the Ring music playing at that point. How poetic. You need Gaddafi to keep it closed. All right. It's not the most technical of devices, the gate, but perhaps to Europe it's something else. Then you had all the people blaming the European governments for the influx of the Muslim population that seemed to not want to assimilate the same way, say, well, I guess they all don't really like the whole assimilation thing, do they? But these, they're very anti-assimilate. All the roaming gangs of men that go around raping women. Did that not happen before? I guess it didn't. Probably not in those numbers. Yes, all right. Now what? Well, now it looks like Ukraine, and then, oh no, Russia said, no, you've got to go through Syria first, and you're not. You're not going through it because I'm putting my foot down. And America said, excuse me, you're not part of this yet. And he said, oh, I see what's happening. I have a map. I can see the trajectory. You're going from the Middle East to the Near East, and pretty soon you'll end up just east. It looks like you're coming for Russia's soft underbelly. So no further, Mr. Putin said. Interestingly enough, poutine is a Canadian delicacy, which can be summed up as chili fries. Chili fries with something else, I think. Some sort of spice, or I guess they call it poutine. And so he did what he thought was right. Being a thorn in America's side and all these regime changes. But then things got a little dicey. The election went south in Ukraine. It seemed there might have been a little anti-democratic sanctioned US involvement. But to be fair, it's Russia's playbook to use democracy against itself. You see, it does an analysis on a population and finds its most abhorrent preferences. And of course, a responsible government wouldn't allow those options because it wouldn't be responsible. It would be to the disinterest of that country to indulge its baser desires. Oh, what do I mean by that? Well, xenophobia. You know, God help the outcasts out the door, please. Thank you. And of course, there is greed. And how much do I owe them? If it's not nothing, I don't like it. Where we don't even need roads, I tell you what we need. My money in my pocket so I can binge Netflix and order DoorDash. And I would have more opportunities as such if there weren't all these pesky things that need attention or finance. Greed, xenophobia, and pride. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I think I'm free. I won't forget the men who died to restore drilling rights to shell companies of petroleum conglomerates. And I proudly stand up next to you because I think I'll be less likely to be shot by the gunman, if I'm in a crowd. Although he is firing from a hotel room window, so. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, God bless America. God bless the USA. Of course, all those shootings were operations to try and get more gun control legislation. Because if you're a responsible person, you've got quite a dilemma here. The enshrined dignity of the vote is something that must go unquestioned, and indeed it must. It's messy, it will destroy us, and perhaps it's the wrong decision completely. But if there's nothing else that is American, if we've lost our frontiers, our industry, our ability to, well, we always were kind of hit or miss when it came to conflicts. Yes, we won World War II, yes, and at great cost and with great skill, which we acquired. But the Korean War was a stalemate at best, and then the Cold War was sort of just trying to avoid a real war and just making brown people kill each other. By brown people, I mean people, because all people are brown. Newsflash. America has cast the race divide of white and black, and yet there's no such thing as a white person. It's just a lighter shade of brown. And there's really no such thing as a black person. It's just a really dark shade of brown. There's no such thing as a yellow person. That's just a sort of sepia brown person. There's really no such thing as a red person. They're just sort of a lot of iron and they're brown. They're brown. You're brown, I'm brown. We're all different shades of brown. We're brown people. And there's only one race so proud as to deny they have any brown at all. And it wasn't that their choice. It was sort of semantics hoisted upon us all. But anyway, we're all brown people. But yes, 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 time and progress march on. But it is pesky. George Washington did put it best, you know. America is a woman who has a wolf by its mane and can neither let it go nor keep it. America built on the tobacco trade, as America built on slavery. And China, not to be outdone by the US, has rolled something in the brittle, broken hands of fodder, of social. They have whittled together the most ingenious and malicious desire, wish fulfilling jewel. The eye, the smart tablet, the black mirror, the wish granting jewel. Well done, China. She took note. But we seem to have trouble in finishing what we start. That's what my point. Korea War stalemate, Vietnam War just kind of gave up. Afghanistan, same thing. Iraq, same thing. There's no real victor because there was no real war. It was just someone trying to do something and then it didn't work, and people resisted it. The distinction between communism and capitalism, driving factor in almost all major conflicts post World War II, the Cold War era, and even in the unipolar moment of the United States being the hegemonic power on the earth. It still didn't quite fit because all of our wars had no real purpose other than profit or political alliance, or really what it was keeping the other guy down. It wasn't so much about hoisting anyone up, not even ourselves, just ensuring that that other guy stayed the fuck a little bit lower than us. And of course, communist regimes were brutal, fanatic, and capitalist regimes propped up were corrupt and indifferent. It's because that's how all institutions are. Any institution that's given any sort of power, whether it be half power, third power, the right to declare who and when the bathroom may be called and used, it corrupts. It corrupts. Human beings don't know what the fuck they're doing. And they're really good at writing books. You read a book and you think, my God, that's it. And then you just go outside and you realize, well, nope, you know what? It would be if I never had to leave a closet and didn't have to poop, shit, or eat. It would be true in that case. Unfortunately, there is this whole eating, shitting business. And a lot of stuff in between. It's very confusing. Suffice it to say, sweet Madam Blue, gaze through your looking glass. You're not a child anymore. Sweet Madam Blue, your future is now the past. You made your own rules, sang your own tune. You wanted the world and more. Heaven's door. I believe that's an allusion to space shuttles to the moon and whatnot. Sweet Madam Blue, gaze through your looking glass. You're not a child anymore. Sweet Madam Blue, future's now the past. Made your own rules, wanting the world and more. Heaven's door. Now, Speed Jungle actually is quite a different plot. This is our first real encounter with Knack the Weasel. Knack the Weasel is the main protagonist. He's sort of a bounty, yes. He's a bounty hunter. Very fitting. His attempts to derail are quite climbable, not unpredictable, but you always lose the beat. And don't forget about the enemy. One per act is advanced. America had it all. but trying to get more at the expense of itself. But there are a couple of things that will never dim through the eyes of time. Martin Luther King, the American Revolution, and the Civil Rights Movement, the Internet, globalization, a brief shining moment where the world came to a table round and tried to settle differences. The sincerity varied, but the intention was there. But it was a facade. Democracy isn't perfect, and it can be used against itself. And if it is forsaken to save itself from itself, then it is forfeit regardless. There is never a doctrine that can be enshrined for eternity. The needs, times, they change. What was once a beacon of light becomes a smothering darkness. Oh, Mr. Putin, the only one saw what it was, or maybe what it was doing, perhaps too clear. A unipolar moment. No, he was just watching all that shit happening right down his backyard thinking, damn, they want to fucking come here. Sorry. What are you talking about, Vladimir? I think they're coming this way. From Iraq? No, from Syria. Oh. Yes, they are getting closer, but it's not really them, is it? But they're going in there. See, they've got to go in Syria because of the terrorists. Oh, no, you know it's bad when they say you've got terrorists. That means they're going to fuck you up. We have terrorists. They're down there, cells. Fucking Bashar. Won't he keep his own house? Wish his father hadn't died. Oh, Vladimir. Don't be so sad. I have a plan, Vladimir. I've been paying attention. I watched George Bush make hell for whole country. And he just said he didn't know if he would accept votes. It wasn't the votes are or I refuse, but I don't know. And that's how easy it is to break a democracy. Just make them doubt it could ever work. And then ask them who they hate the most. Say, well, you know, who are the scary guys nowadays? The immigrants, yeah. Well, you see one and you know it's not like you. It's not Christian, favored, and well off, better off, or just, you know, not wandering around in squalor. But he's here now.
and you don't like it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hedge my bets that you're a small petty piece of shit. And all you want is me to make all those people who are different from you ask you to do things you don't like to go away. And you won't ask too many questions. You know, a couple of photoshops with the Bible, you know. What's my favorite passage? Well, guess you'll just have to guess, because I'm not gonna fucking tell you. Or couldn't. Yep. You know who should pay taxes? The rest of the world. Tell you what, they'll pay the taxes. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. How will they do that? By charging more for the stuff we get from them. Those people will be spending a lot more money. You see where this is going. So more money in circulation. Yes, but they could just hold on. So anyway, hey Vlad, don't call me that. Don't like you undressing me in front of everyone else. Don't have to be so enthusiastic, so eager. They are starting to notice you sniffing my farts and trying to hold them in you as long as possible. And they won't understand the practical use of that. You're right. I'll say I'll do double tariffs on you. Or something stupid like that. They're all dumb. They don't know what the fuck they want or what they're thinking about. I'm just, you know, sort of like a really greedy, ugly dog that hates everything. It just comes up to you and it's like, go kick that thing's ass, go make that worse, make them pay, rub its belly and it farts and shits all over itself. You just tell it it's pretty. It doesn't question. It's never thought to question its own value. It's just always been a given, and to its detriment, of course. And that's how things are rolling along now. I guess you think Kamala Harris would have been better. Well, she would have been the Muslim version of that whole scenario, then wouldn't she? Yeah. Instead of the angry white people, it would have been the angry immigrants. I'm sorry, the immigrants allowed to stay. Rounding people up, mass deporting them, putting them in camps. Some offshore so you can get a little rough. All on the backs of a political revolution that overturns all of the norms and decencies of the society up until that point, executing purges against all political foes, and ultimately the list of who gets deported and taken to the camps, that list grows, widens. Citizenship is no longer guaranteed by birth, it is by them liking you, you having the right attitude. And then probably what will happen is they'll have finished the war, and then America will finally, get its karma coin. It's called a very special karma coin. No other country in the world has this karma coin. And, when she got it, when you get a karma coin, you flip it up in the air. It soars high into the sky through time and space. And there's no knowing exactly when that karma coin is going to fall back down. And you get what you paid for, how you paid for it. But anyway, in that scenario, a giant wall surrounding the entire continental United States might be a barrier to safety rather than a gate to preserve it. You know, there's a special site elaborated most in the work of Edgar Allan Poe, The Mask of the Red Death. All of the merchants, lords, royalty, because of their status and privilege, were able to face the plague, the rise of the plague, and its ravaging and human suffering inflicting way. They were able to look at it all from a very high vantage point. They were able to muster resources, come together into a castle, and say to themselves, "This shall be fun. Because of our position, we are able to wait this thing out, and we can have fun doing it, huh, boys and girls? Only the people who didn't make it are the people who are gonna plague it." Am I right? Am I right, my fellow lords and lasses and ladies? Who's that guy? I'm sorry, what? That guy over there? I don't see anyone. Yeah, but he was wearing all red. It was very pompous. Made me a little envious. His costume was very good. Yeah, but he's gone now. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy your time here in the castle suite. Just know that while you're here, drinking, eating, and making merry, there is untold suffering unfolding on people who would never in a million years hit the kind of lottery you would need for them to have the same fortunes as you. And I think it's important that we all, while we're cooped up here in this castle, awaiting the dissipation of the world's entrenched and curse-filled, God, wrath, awful nightmare that anyone who has to go through it shall surely be a damned soul, not through sin, but merely experience. Yes, while all that's going, I want to see how many chicken legs I can eat until I start shitting them out at the same time I put them in my mouth. Oh, Joffrey, that's so amazing. I had that thought last Thursday. I thought to myself, if I eat so many chickens that they're coming up my ass, and the line is so connected from mouth to anus, that if I pushed another chicken in, would it push another chicken out? Like a cut trail or something. I don't know what you call it. I don't know how things are transported, just that they are. It's like that. You look around and you think, golly, all the water's drying up. Not here, but everywhere else. You look at that continent down there, they've barely got any, and they're killing each other. It's probably because they're inferior. Or really that I'm superior. But that is taking place. Yeah, but there's all these diseases too. They're getting weirder and weirder. Oh, I don't want to go through that again. You'll keep your mouth shut. Last thing we need is another disease.
Eddie, it's okay. I'm doing play. Play. It's to play cartoons on the controller. Doing a little play for the people.
You're in a castle, my dear friend. You're in a castle on a cloud. Yes. And someone has convinced you to put all that shit away. You know, we were elevated through our status, our prestige, our generosity, our goodwill. And yes, that means that you're not gonna be first, friend. Just like the good Lord said, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Okay. One day, Jesus was wandering around the world, and America came up to him. You know, he had some little do nothing, no one knows, populous pockets following him around in America, the United States.
Oh my God, it's you. I tell you what, you know what? I've watched you for a long time. I've listened. I've had people come tell me what you've been saying. And I've looked in the law. I've looked at it, America's a very good Judaic scholar. And I just want to tell you, I do everything by the book, okay? Okay? All right, very fair, very loving.
Baby you. Baby you. Baby you.
I just want to say, I'm ready to follow you. You tell me when, you tell me where, I'm going there, huh? Let's make a deal. You got some good stuff going on. That's some good quality content. What you want? Jesus said, "Oh no, it's not like that. It's not. Like, I'm flattered, America. You've done a lot of good, and but if you want to, kind of do what we're doing, you'll have to kind of get comfortable with, no profit. Sorry, what? Like no profit, like something else besides profit." You're not, you usually make a little bit of sense. You really, this must be one of those mind benders. Sometimes you pull those and I'm like, oh my God, I know that this is profound and I can't even comprehend what it could possibly mean. It's just so like topsy-turvy. This must be one of those things, right? Like, there is no profit, therefore it's profits, and that's how you profit, right? Right? Because in heaven, it's, I want to build a casino. Really look into that. I think you can help me make that happen. Just, forget all that. Actually, you know what? Take all of that and divvy it up. Give it to poor people. What? Okay. Well, I gave you a compliment, and you come at me like that. I'm gonna be level with you. That'll never happen. Never. Not in a million years. You will get this treasure once you pry it from my cold dead hand. But I guarantee you won't get that close, because I'll probably be in like a bejeweled casket, 24/7 guards, and the Swiss guard, be one of those. The Pope will probably guard my body, because that's part of his investment. Some of the stuff he parks over here from his assets. Yeah, I guess it's not going to work out, huh? Oh, it's too bad. It's been a good casino up there, because it's already got all the flashing lights. So you just think you just put the slot machines. It go really good. Go really good. I think it would be really pretty. Be like the Star of Bethlehem, just over and over and over again, and people losing a lot of money and me getting really rich. I can't think of anything more beautiful than that. Except tariffs. And that is the show for tonight. It was a little political, but we'd just like to take time to remind you that life isn't peaceful, but humor definitely.